Welcome to Shri and Kira Live, the voice of passionate action. Celebrating 21 years of continual public service, Shri and Kira offer you the blessing of the experience of I am as you are. Enjoy timeless wisdom, divine inspiration, community connection, and joyful fun. Discover your best life filled with the peace, love, and joy of the Yoga of Self-Ascension as you ignite your dreams with the Law of Instantaneous Manifestation. And now, sit back and relax and welcome Shri and Kira.
Namaste, beloved ones, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I am wisdom teacher Sri Ram Ka.
And bringing my hands to my heart, I am Master Lady Kira Ra, inviting each one of you in this moment to this very, very, very special moment here at Shri and Kira Live, because this is the first time in 21 years on the air continuously that we are all in the first moment of ascended awareness of a new 50,000 year cycle. And this is outside of the brain. This is outside of any of the linear thoughts. What this is an invitation to say, I am here as the sea of neutrality itself, holding and sustaining the field of infinite potentiality, so that all may rise into the highest beingness that they are, have always been, and are ready to claim again. And breathing in the blessing and igniting that beautiful 0 point energy field, today in this moment, we're going to relax into the Om Ah Om breath with beloved teacher, wisdom teacher Sri Ram Ka. And then we're going to have the blessing of the integration of that breath, of the recognition of I am as you are, through the harmonic experience of the frequency of consciousness that will be emitted through a vocal experience through the one and only beautiful Kristin Hoffman. So you must right in this moment, smile, because you are here and you knew to be here. Whether you are with us live in the co-creation of this moment, or whether you are joining us at the moment that is right for you, we have woven in the all to be together right now at the dawn of the awareness. So much being revealed today, but let us begin with the revelation of the up level of the Human into the blessing of our divine mastery presence.
So, beloved ones, we are co-creating together. Be at peace and just follow along here. Taking a big clearing breath. Now bringing hands to the solar plexus. Inhaling Ave. Sa. To the heart center. Inhaling Ave. Sa. Palms to the heaven, inhaling Ave. Sa. And begin chanting along with me. Om Ah Om, Om Ah Om, Om Ah Om. 3 taps. Clearing breath. Om Ah Om, Om Ah Om, Om Ah Om. We're going to repeat that one more time. Breathing in. Om Ah Om, Om Ah Om, Om Ah Om. Om Ah Om, Om Ah Om,
It's all within you. It's all within you. You are, you are, you are, you It's all within you. It's all around you. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. This light, it's all within you. It's all around you. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are this love. You are this love. It's all within you. It's all around you. You are, you are, you are, you are. This heavenly spirit, it's all within you. It's all around you. You are, you are, you are, you are. You are, you are, you are, you are. You are, you are, you are, you are. Oh. You are, you are, you are, you are. You are, you
Being with that expansion, feeling the love and the joy.
As we each breathe this in, we invite the beautiful, beautiful, blessed being who has showered us with this gift. We would love to hear your journey. how this beautiful, if ever there was an anthem for the 50,000 year cycle and the awareness of this moment, we have just been blessed to receive it. So for those of you who may not be aware, please help us understand how that beautiful gift was just offered.
Oh, thank you so much. It's such an honor and a blessing to be here at such an important time together, stepping into this space, holding the sacred container. And really, that's for me what it's all about as a conscious musician and vessel for sound. I have just been honing and honing and honing throughout this lifetime to become a more acutely tuned antenna for all of your intentions. So as I'm playing, I don't think of it as, it's not just me creating, it's not me doing something for you. I'm literally tapping in, opening into the field, the space that we are literally setting and co-creating together. And then I'm feeling into the impulse. I'm feeling into the spirit that wants to come through. Sometimes there's sound and tone. Sometimes there's words. I never know exactly what's going to happen. But as I was saying when I first got on with Sri earlier, right behind him is a little plaque that says, what does it say? I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me. And literally, as a conscious musician, that is my mantra. Whenever I go to get on, I take a moment. I say, let me ground in, let me tap into spirit, open myself, open my heart, be as connected as I can in this moment, and be a carrier for your messages, for the collective message, for the highest encoding of sound through light. And that's always the intention, and I would say that's my guiding principle.
Well, and it is certainly tangibly received. And that is the mantra of self-ascension, which is the energy that recognizes that we are all uniquely on our divine journey. And when we say yes, as you have so beautifully demonstrated, miracles happen. Now, guys, speaking of miracles, let us not forget that this beloved one is going to be at the dome. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's put that up. There it is. Where's the dome? Show me the dome, Sri. There it is right there. Okay, you guys should be looking at the dome. There it is right there. And so we are all going to be there on the 28th. And Kristin, I am so excited to hug you in person and to say hello to you then. And I know that we're getting a flood of appreciation coming in for you. And so we're going to invite you to receive all of that appreciation. We're going to be reading some of those messages out loud. And thank you for this time today and for just a sample of what it's going to be like to be with you in person. Oh my goodness gracious, we can hardly wait. And I know that Sue's been over there in the chat putting in all types of things over at the YouTube channels and everywhere else that this is broadcasting. So check out all those chats, guys, and connect with Kristin.
Kristin
Yes.
Hoffman, we salute you. Thank you
Thank you so much, and looking
co-creating with
forward
us.
to seeing everyone hopefully on the 28th at the Dome. It's going to be extraordinary, and I'm so grateful to have been able to share with you today.
Thank you. It's been our honor and pleasure to meet this way. What a blessing and reconnection.
Much love.
We're going to see you really soon. All right. Hey guys, are we still basking in this, in the beauty of Kristin and what she has just offered to us? What a gift. And so as we are breathing into that, as we are breathing in, as I am breathing into getting more comfortable on my couch, there we are. You like my Gumby, guys? I do too. All right. That's why Gumby's there along with all my baby Yoda collection. And so we are in a moment, this March moment, as you've just experienced with Kristin. And remember, Sue's over there at YouTube at Official Sri and Kira. So if you're here with us live, you can be putting your questions for Sri and I right in there. And Sue is getting those to us along with any of your appreciation for all of those that are assisting today to be a very unique moment that's saying hello to all of us. And so Sri, can we put up the March calendar?
You bet.
All right. And the reason I want to put up the March calendar first, because I want to backtrack into the Sacred Five, is that this is the moment of that awareness. And as Kristin was so beautifully ensouling, right, guys, really ensouling the energy of this collective experience, it was kind of making me think of the upcoming mystical salon.
Yes.
You know, when we do the ensoulments with the groups. And if you look at this calendar right now, I want you to let go of all of the text, all of the other little things around it, and let yourself relax into the art. And what you'll notice is you are literally in this bubble, right? You see the bubble? That is the floating gift upon the sea of neutrality. Think of it as an island. And all these beautiful bubbles are starting to emerge so that we are able to be basically our own beautiful biosphere, for lack of better phraseology. And if you gaze at, and I want you to specifically look at what's coming right up this week, right? Right now, go to number 1, look at the 1, and you'll see, I put the 1 down in the corner because I wanted you to see the rising alchemies and what feels to me to be very much to be this peacock energy, this very much this emerging essence. And that's why above the open eye, it's very much like a peacock experience or a peacock essence. But yet, relaxing out of the eye itself, you notice that it's the water. It is the flow. It is the moment. It is the crown. It is the illumination. How are you now experiencing this experience? And then remember the full moon influence up there in the top right. And so we are coming right up upon that full moon influence, which is going to activate the alchemies. Those alchemies began on the 1st. That's what you're seeing there. And the way that they revealed themselves to me is the best that I can do in these illustrations that I offer for you, is that it was this weaving of all of the time continuums. We've been talking about, Shri and I have been talking about the kaleidoscope. Very much the kaleidoscope has settled on this vision. And this vision that's coming together in March, and this is not going to end until the middle of April. So it's opening, and I'm not going to release for you what day in April yet, but what I will share with you is it's flying through the first few days of April. What it is it's saying, and Shri, would you read to us right up there at the top of the calendar? Because that's what it's saying, guys.
All right, let's take a breath and be present.
Yes.
The fully opened eye of the center of the storm opens to reveal the new alchemies forming as the full moon rises, to remind all that the sacred feminine is one with the divine masculine. Unification is the key.
Now we're going to go back to that calendar later. But if ever there was a moment that Shri and I are aware of why we're still together 21 years later, which for both of us is a record and a half, right? I know. And so that gift in and of itself is because of this moment of balance. Shri and I are even our hair color, right, guys? You know, it's all about the balance. It's about the recognition that when we can come together in the extraordinary blessing of divine partnership, in the awareness that unification is the key. I want you to breathe in another miracle that happened this year. Global Minga right now, and it's actually over, but Shri and I were really working on this the other day, and our little ones want to be here. And Global Minga, up until this moment that we're speaking with you, is now responsible, we also have a Shih Tzu, is now responsible for unifying over 30 indigenous tribes, some of which have been blood enemies for very, very long time in this country alone. And we have had the blessing and the honor of raising awareness. And this culminated with us being invited to the cultural parade. And we've played that clip for you. Go back and find it again. That
just a week ago.
Right. We were invited to the cultural parade in Paute, and really beautifully blending our experience of universal. Are we not all universally at the core of the one? And so being able to have a double-decker bus and move through our beautiful little indigenous town and meet everyone with smiles and kisses and love and celebration, that is Global Minga. That is us every time we come together. And it brings us back to the sacred 5. So I want you to really breathe that in, because I do want to spend a moment and really in the awareness of the 50,000 year cycle. So remember, what is that? It's the sacred 5 with the 4 zeros of perfect balance.
Yeah.
It's the portal, right? It's that diamond portal of infinite ignition held open interior by the sacred 5, igniting this specific potentiality like a beacon. And that is why this is such a beautiful moment of conscious awareness. Imagine all of you here right now. Imagine that they actually invited Shri and I back. We've been giggling because we really like our bubble. We really love living with the indigenous, and the impact that we have here is so vast and so huge. And it's because of you and the homes that are being built and those that are rising through self-ascension, just like yourself. This is the moment where, just as, can we go back to sharing the March calendar?
You bet.
Okay, I want to go back to that, right? I'm using that bubble analogy on you again. There we are. So see it? Now it's about all of us floating together on the sea of neutrality and knowing that if our bubbles touch each other, it's about a Venn diagram. It's about finding the way that we can come together. It's not about losing that which you are. It's about claiming that which I am. Remember, oops, I don't know what I did. There we go. Remember, what's the Venn diagram, right? Well, if I have 2 circles, if we've been on the sea of neutrality doing this, then nothing's growing, right? And there's a lot of echo chambers out there. Instead, when we realize that all boundaries are nothing more than an illusion, when we open all that I am and we come together, instead of bouncing off of each other, it's the Venn diagram, right? You have that moment right there in the middle that says, wow. And that's how the link begins. That's how the chain begins. It's about finding where we all have that moment of intersection and inviting all those intersections. And here's the secret. Okay. You want to know a secret? Here it is. Yeah, right. It's as easy as letting go of greed, jealousy, and competition. And please breathe that in with a smile. Because if anything other than a smile met that, celebrate, that's the aspect of the ego that's still in resistance because you're that strong. And by strong, I don't mean like one is stronger than another. I'm just saying that there is a response mechanism that has been ingrained solely through attenuation into a potentiality where the way that you are controlled is by you control yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Remember, in a free will zone, everything that is being experienced by all is an aspect of self.
Yes. You know, I want to invite you all to take a breath and smile at the word storm. S-T-O-R-M. 2023 is the year of the storm.
Mhm.
And to interpret that through the brain of density, we say storm. To see the oneness, S-T-O, see the oneness, R-M, reclaim mastery, is the spiritual opportunity to be that which you took birth to be the master. And the spiritual practice that's being invited is to simply look deeper, to see the oneness, because in the recognition of that, the unification happens naturally. The master emerges naturally.
Mhm.
There's no effort required here. There is a focus asked for.
Oh, there's a word. I like that F word, don't you? Focus. Yeah.
Focus. To relax the absorption into the habit of a polarized perspective. That's the bouncing Venn, and to choose to see the oneness.
There it
To
is.
choose to see each person as their highest potential. To choose to see how all of these energies are weaving us into a lift, into a mastery consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
This is the opportunity before us all. And many of us are excited and claiming it, and others are going, wait a minute, I can choose this? Yes, you can. It is time.
It's your time.
Yes.
And I want you to really breathe that in, because the next thing we're going to share with you is the numerology. If you were with us yesterday, and remember, I'm building up to the 5 because it has a lot to do with what's going on. But Sri, I want to show the numerology. If you were with us yesterday at the Miracle Mastery Presence Ceremony, and I pray you were, you heard me tempt you with this, that I was going to hold this until today. Well, as you are gazing at it, you now know why. There you go. Look, just let go of the wheel for a minute, which that in and of itself could make you dizzy. That wheel reminds me of one of those pirate ship rides, where everybody piles in
Full circle.
and
We're going
one way and whoa up the other while somebody's vomiting up on the top. All right. And that's what the wheel looks like. And that's honest to God what it's going to feel like, but it's going to be fun. But look at the body. Shri, what is the first thing? I want you to look at the body. You tell me, Shri, what's the first thing you notice?
I think my head's going to explode.
Well, right. And which meaning what? That the body is vacant. Now, guys, I want you to bring a hand to your heart and breathe this in, because what is March 2023? I hear y'all saying it to me out loud, right? It's 5 plus the infinite. Everything is about the sacred 5. Everything is about the sacred 5. Can I say it again? You want to say it at home?
Yes, everything is about the sacred 5.
And so as you are right now gazing at this, have mercy on your body, because this is what's going on, guys. If you look at, and I don't know if you can read it, so I'll read it for you. Down at the root center, that's your beingness, right? And then right there, that second, balance. Third, trust. Fourth, love. Beingness, balance, trust, love. I mean, it's like beingness, balance, trust, love. Beingness, balance, trust, love. That's what it's going to take. And it's going to take that of the self. This is the month where if you let go and you finally accept who you are as I am, you're going to fly. Yeah. Remember, Sri said, was the first thing he said when he looked there, is like, oh my God, right? Everything. I mean, your inspiration is going to go off the charts. Your creativity, insane. Of course, we opened up with Kristin ensouling her version of this experience, because that's what we're all doing, right? That's what Sri and I have been doing for 21 years with all of you, is building to this moment of potentiality that absolutely is making a difference. And I want you to really breathe that in. Just really breathe that in. Because if that root chakra is not feeling safe, right? Remember, what is the opposite of the trust energy, which is the propulsion, which is that which brings forward the law of instantaneous manifestation? Well, the opposite of that is fear. And so when we're in that fear energy, it means that root chakra is constantly craving safety. And unless it finds it, it's going to be acting out. It will defy you. It will hurt your brain.
Sabotage your peace.
Right. And this is going to bring us back to why I held the calendar for one more time as well. And so why is this so important? I think you're starting to hear it, right? You're starting to get it, because it is absolutely the moment where every single recruiter from the universe is here. And you found us because we're obviously part of the team, right? We're all here looking at each other saying, hey, it's really like pick the form you want us to be, right? What is going to call to you, because we're all here. And for those that are holding the field that is sustaining the cosmic presence of, remember, it's I am here, right? Open. Right? I am here as the sea of neutrality. Spine straight. You can stand. You can sit. But really receiving the gift and immediately feeling the energy. It's like you become an espejo, mirror. You become this beautiful mirror of the universe, reflecting this crystalline presence, opening up your eyes to see through all the veils of potentiality. That's March, and it is no accident. And I'm losing my breath still, so I'm going to need your help, guys. It is no accident Sri and I are returning to the United States this month before it ends, because this is the month where all the energies are being put in place and where the eternal presence of the 5 will prevail. How it prevails, that's going to be your choice.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a breath on that. Oh, so much in the field of creation, and we get to witness the emergence rather than effort to shift what is presented. As we witness the emergence, we are residing in the energy of trust and co-creating, collaborating, calling forth from within that which we can contribute. And therein is the blessing of living here and now. And speaking of blessing, there was a number of wonderful texts.
All right. Well, we're going to hold all the rest that we have to share because there's a lot more revelations. So I love this because every time we go to your questions, one of you is somewhere in there queuing up where we go next. So let's do this. I love hearing from you. Okay, Shri.
Okay, and Kristin, I encourage you to get over to YouTube and take a look at all of these beautiful
Yeah, Kristin, if you're not there yet, get over to YouTube, official Shri and Kira, where we are still live right now. And there's a lot of love there, honey. Oh my God. But let's share some of it live.
So some of it, Hollis is saying, absolutely amazing. Thank you for the blessing. And Janet shares, Kristin, your voice is spirit and vibration. Thank you for your love.
So true.
A yoga synthesis, absolutely gorgeous, stunning live performance. Yvonne, so much gratitude. My heart is bathing in this sound wave.
We love you, Kristin.
And there's more, and there's more. And everyone is so, it's so wonderful to be witnessed with clarity and love. And I just encourage you to go bathe.
50,000 years, guys, right? This is the first moment we are to officially together this way in this 50,000 year cycle. And look what's birthing.
Yes.
What else do we have, Shri?
Well, and Amara is sharing about the calendar, the cosmic eye emitting the uplifting, fanning quality of the peacock energy, expansion.
Yes, in every single way, but you've got to own it, right? You got to let go of greed. You've got to let go of competition, and you've got to let go of jealousy. The minute you do, fear has nothing to adhere to, and doubt just goes,
Well, and that ties into this last comment so far. Here is Bhatia shares steadfast commitment, arm and arm, we are better together.
And you know what, Shri, give me your arm for a minute. We have a lot more to share, but okay. So look, see, if we do that, right? And imagine here, I'm holding as a circle. You hold your arms together as a circle, hold your hands, right? There it is. This is what we're saying, right? This is how we all come together. We are delighted to share. We are delighted to say thank you. We are that. And over here, we're doing the same. And this is how we really become the unified field of active creation through the law of instantaneous manifestation. And imagine what's going to happen when we all get together in person in LA. And I think, Shri, that's why there was a lot that tried to stop us, a lot, but this is happening. So now that it's happening, please be there. Please just get there. If you're driving, let Sue know. There's people that would like to carpool. If you've already got a reservation, let Sue know. If you have an extra bed or you want a roommate or whatever, people are starting to come together. And if you can be there for the 28th, for the premiere of this film, it would really be a blessing for all of us to have your presence there and to really dive into this week together. But at the very least, please make sure you're there for all day Friday and Saturday. But this is what I'm talking about, the spontaneous growing, right?
Right. So I think it's Tuesday, the 28th is the convergence at the Dome. And then
tickets at Eventbrite right now.
Eventbrite. And then that weekend, 31st and 1st of March, April, right there at the cusp. Lots happening with Kira and I, and an opportunity to really go deep into the conscious upliftment with loving community.
If you just go to shriandkira.com, you'll see there's events every day, including a ceremony with Alexander Padilla, who is coming with us. And so another miracle, visa and passport for Alexander Padilla, bringing Ecuador to you. So Shri, I want to go back now. That's Sacred Five, unless there's more. I see some other things popping up here. Did you want to share? All right. So we have let's see. Laura is saying, would you
Laura writes, why are the energies on the United States? And can you explain what consequences of these energies could be?
Okay, so I love when you guys queue up the next part because this brings us right to the 5 medicines. So first and foremost, let's bring our hands. We are working with the energies of the ascended masters. And the ascended masters are here, the Saint Germain itself. is here inviting the all to remember that in this realm of potentiality, where this beacon is truly, truly going forward right now, the presence, your ascended presence, which is in form here, the divine mastery presence, your divine mastery presence has been sitting patiently in a 0-point gravity field, waiting for a moment of potentiality for you to relax through the ego self. Doesn't mean you get rid of it. It's always going to be there, but you relax through it through the upliftment into multidimensional presence and awareness. And through holding that consciousness, you are able to sustain, while in this body of form, that presence. Now, you might say, Kira, why are you starting there when I'm asking you about North America? Well, many reasons. You may recall in 2022, I think I mentioned to all of you last year, go back and listen to anything, that everything last year was Eastern time. Everything was Eastern time. Everything was Eastern time, because in this moment of potentiality, the experience of the way that we live at the core of our human cooperation is at its moment. And that's why we're here in this conscious awareness. That's why every time we get together, it's like, yeah, rock on, let's keep going, let's keep dancing, right? And so here we are. So as we are here right now, as we are right here in this experience of this potentiality, North America, which includes not just the United States as they are in this moment, because remember, everything's fluid. And so it includes all of the continent, including Mexico, and it has a direct tie to South America, which is becoming the anchor that is holding North America right now. And why Shri and I and Alexander, as the energy of the rising condor, must come into harmony with the eagle. Something you all may not know, and was kind of a surprise to Shri and I, is that this is the very first time in any of these convergences that a representative from South America will be there. And Shri and I are coming truly as representatives from the center of all that is in the field of neutrality, from the center of that sea, claiming no allegiance, alliance to any one experience of all that I am. But we are here and arising and holding that space. And Alexander Padilla will arrive into the United States and go on that stage and then continue to be with us through the entire week as the representative of the people that I call the Dogon of South America. Literally, the name Kanyari means people of light, literally. And that is his story to tell, and we're going to let him tell. So the moment North America begins to move into a new way of being in 2023, remember, it's going to be all about the sands. If you were with us yesterday in the Miracle Team, if you're part of the Miracle Team, go back and listen to that. It's all about the sands this year, and everything that sands do and everything that the sands reveal. So the Ascended Masters, having left holographic abodes in North America, when the lost books of the Essene came through, when Shri and I were living in Lake Atitlan, was the first time one of the active abodes of this potentiality illuminated. And that abode is still there, only it has been deactivated in one sense. And we are working to revive that again right now. And the Ascended Masters abode in Uruguay needed to be established for the crystalline realms to have direct communication without interference. But it all came down to arriving at the center of this world, to bring those two circles, to bring all of our circles together, remembering that this makes us stronger, not weaker. That's why it's so important. All right. Thank you for asking, my love. Sri, did we want to move on to more questions or?
Well, let's
Okay.
continue forward here.
Okay, well, if we're going to continue forward here, as Sri said so beautifully, I wanted you to bring your hand to your heart and remember that when you do the living Ankh practice, and just go to shriandkira.com if you don't know what that is, and this is all free, and you'll see Yoga of Self-Ascension, all the practices will drop down. Learn, do, be the living Ankh.
Mhm.
Well, the energy of that 5, March is the 5 amplified. The reason this is so important is because of the rapid, and I mean rapid, would you put up the 7 polarities, honey?
Sure.
The rapid experience of the 7 polarities. And you might say, hey, thought we were done with that. And the answer is, so did I. But you guys, you know this, right? Spirit always keeps us on a need to know basis. So way back when in 2015, the Ascended Realms basically kicked me and said, please put this out. Sri and I taught it. It's actually still available as a home study. I encourage you. This is actually, it's more potent because in hindsight, you see that every single thing happened. And what we're talking about here is, first of all, Mars. Remember, we were talking about this earlier, that the ascended numerology of this month has zero safety net for your 1st through 4th chakras, guys. This month is going to be all about the master commanding the body, or the body is just going to be all over the place. It's going to make you crazy. You're going to see heightened depression. There's going to be a lot of heightened polarity. Why is that? Because you look at what happened in 2015 when we were in a Mars year. And when you look at that and you see that, you notice again that free will has polarities, right? There's 7 polarities of free will. It's an energetic expansion. So we have either fear or trust. Well, it's going to be what we're in, what's coming up. And I'm going to show you when exactly. I'm going to even show you the day on the calendar that's happening right now in this month. You're going to see either the violence and all of that was happening in 2015. And then look over on the right side. Here's the good news, right? You're seeing all the peace, all the ascension awareness, the acceptance, right? The growth. But at the end of the day, it's peace or hate. And then you want to go all the way up to the 5th. Remember, your chakras are vacant. So Mars is influencing, which is the root. There is no support until you get to your 5th. And here's the gift of the 5th. It's your truth. But it's all about incarnating the energy of trust itself. It's about saying yes. It's about, why are you still saying no to yourself? Why do you still deny that which you know is true? Why are you limiting all that is happening around you? Why do you keep coming up with excuses to stop going beyond where you are now? It's about trust or hopelessness. We're all at the top of the cliff, my angels. And I've been to Acapulco many years ago when jumping off that cliff was a thing. And I got to tell you, I couldn't do it. And so here's the deal. What you're seeing is, go back to the 2015, in the energy of the fear, you're going to see a rise in hate and hopelessness, all interacted with doomsday preoccupations, lack of vision, heightened fundamental, I'm on the wrong one. I want you to go back to the love and greed. I was 6 months ahead, so forgive me. So that's coming. That's a big genie out of the bottle. Sorry, guys. So what I was just reading you about the trust and hopelessness, obviously the masters want you to know now, because as of right now, that's what we're moving into in June. And this is why we have to go to Egypt, is because we're going to have what you see happening in 2020 is going to overlay with everything that happened in 2015, 16, 17, and 18. And that's coming in June. And I don't want to say any more about that right now. So I want to go to the love and greed, because that is what's here right now, is the love and the greed, and the rise in political instability with violence and intolerance, offset by the ascension awareness and passionate action, peace and love, hate and greed. And I appreciate you sticking with me through that. And I hope I didn't confuse you all too much, but I want to show you one more graphic to tie all that together. And then I want to show you the medicines, because that's what it comes down to, guys, is the medicine. So here we are back on the calendar, the 13th. I want you to look at the 13th, because our next time together will be the 19th, when we're together on a Sunday. However, the next time we come together as community will be Monday Mastery on the 13th.
Yeah.
And on Monday, the 13th, is when we are going to have this massive Mars amplification. And where was Mars there? First chakra. So, look at those energies again, right? Massive amplification of Jupiter, which means your truth is getting ready to shine and radiate. It's like somebody's going to turn a spotlight on you and go, oh my God, how am I just finding out? Why didn't I know before? And that's happening right now, the 5th. If you're with us live, it's already building, because it's moving into that first full moon amplitude of the awareness, and it's this Tuesday. So here's the key right now. How are you living the 5 sacred medicines? How are you saying yes to the 5 energies, that eternal life? And I pray that the first way you're doing that is by saying yes to the sacred 5, and that you were with us yesterday for the miracle mastery, that you're with us today, and that you're going to be with us on Monday, the 13th, when we're going to have a profoundly unique moment. We've got some very special guests that night. And then we're going to move into that expansion together. Really, really powerful. And Sri, it looks like we've got some questions, or no? We're looking good. My mistake.
Looking good.
All right.
So I want to, before we
Show the 5 medicines.
Yeah, I want to do
Okay.
that. But before we go there, I just want to bring this up on screen for a second.
Please.
The Mastery app, the Sri
Yes.
Kira Mastery app is free. You can download it for any phone. And the Om practice goes much deeper than what we just gave you a taste of. And it's in the app.
And it's free. It's in the free download.
And I encourage you to tune in.
Yep.
It's also, the app is your invitation to join the Mastery team and to be with us the first Saturday of each month
Exactly.
as well. So take a peek at that. It will support your journey.
And, really take a look at the Mastery Mentorship, because literally for as little as $2 a week, you can be a part of everything, including the live Healing Light journeys, the first Saturday of every month. There's so much happening. And remember, right after today is the after party. So if you're over at YouTube, I'm sure they're putting a link in there, how to get in. That is a Zoom, so you do need a link, but you want to be there. You want to be at the after party, because the after party is the party, right? Where you guys all get together without Sri and I and just have a great time getting to know each other, expand on what we're talking about, say, hey, what about this or that? And meet a lot of amazing people that hopefully are all going to meet us in LA.
Yeah.
All right.
And I want to remind you that your consciousness has a fluidity.
Yes.
It has the opportunity. It can embrace the most coarse, uncomfortable. It can embrace the most sublime, refined energies. Consciousness is very elastic in that fashion. And nothing you read defines you. Keep that in mind.
Breathe that in. Say that again, Sri.
Nothing you read needs to define you.
Allow your filter. That's, Archangel Zadkiel says it so beautifully in Sacred Union, The Journey Home, right? Your heart's your truth detector, right? But it's about trusting your heart, igniting your ascended heart, and that's your truth detector. And the medicines help do that. Can I share?
Let's go for that. Let's
So
bring
I
those
want
up.
to remind you of the 5 medicines of the Yoga of Self-Ascension, because again, March 2023 is this 5 plus the infinite, the sacred 5 commitment for this 13-month cycle. Go back if you don't know what I'm talking about. Watch some of the other episodes of this show. Be at Monday Mastery. Go to ShriandKira.com. I want you to look at the 5 medicines of the mastery of the Yoga of Self-Ascension. And Sri, would you read that
Yes.
verse as people are gazing into the mandala and just receiving the energy?
Let's just take a centering breath and be present from the sharing of Archangel Zadkiel through the Master Lady Kira Ra. Choose to know that everything in your world experience now is perfect as is.
Smile.
Trust your divine mastery presence as the guidance for the words and actions needed in all situations. Remember that every moment, every breath is lovingly supported by the one who truly loves you.
Breathe that in, because that's the divine mastery presence. And notice as you're gazing at the mandala, go right into the middle and notice consciousness itself birthing out into 4 directions. Notice that those 4 directions that assist to sustain the experience of this body of form in this potentiality is an ever refining spiral of the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. And that those 4 will continually spin and continually offer support at any experience, at any depth, no matter what the experience of the sense of self is having, so that consciousness can support you. Now imagine breathing up from this mandala as consciousness lifts, 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 and those 4 aspects are becoming the pillars of the pyramid that is lifting up into the consciousness itself moment. This is the living Ankh. This is the energy of the sacred 5. Inside that diamond portal of those 4 points of illuminated infinite presence stands the 5, ready to support the ignition of consciousness in a way that even with this breath and this moment, and I know you feel it and you know it, is beyond where we have ever been before. Imagine a world where each is holding the highest for the all, so that we may truly be that which I am as you are. Breathe that in. We invite you to visit SriandKara.com, and we invite you to really invite yourself to have the gift of joining with us live in Los Angeles, hopefully for the 28th through the 1st. If not, pick it up anytime in the week you can. But together we are better. And the Shakti pot that we are being invited to offer for the first time can only be transmitted when we are together. We love you so much, and we are so grateful. We look forward to being with you again.
Yes. Beloved ones, as we come to a close for this moment in this way, breathing deeply into your own ascended foundation, the ascended heart. With each breath, may you trust that all is truly well. Namaste.